OMG!
Well, I mean, if
was
you
like
want, you could grab some scissors and cut it off.
You're not cutting my hair! Hello. We're LDG. I'm Brooks.
I am Kitty.
And I am Lizzy.
Welcome to another Fresh Thoughts. We are here and we are energized because we just played a bunch of Ro Sham Bo.
Which is an amazing game that's coming out on Kickstarter. We're obsessed with it. We did play with an early prototype, so some of the things may be different as it comes out.
Absolutely. So what do you guys think? Somebody talk about it.
Well, I think I liked it more than both of you. So.
Okay, look.
.5
Just because you're a
difference.
0.5 up from us or down from us doesn't mean the other person was that far ahead.
It's a dramatic difference. And I just systematically will go through and, I will just take out all of Kitty's scissors. So she can't have any scissors. And that just cripples her.
So.
You know we added the 0.5s anyway just for Kitty because she couldn't make her mind up. So
Accurate.
I don't want to hear it.
Well, then maybe I'll bump mine up to a 20 out of 10.
Oh my gosh, stop it. Anyway, so Ro Sham Bo. It is an abstract-ish strategy, kind of a war game-ish with cards and other cool mechanics. And you have to do this with your hands to explain it because it's that cool.
Yeah, obviously.
So it's a cool little firecracker of a game. We actually did not expect it to be as fun as it was. We thought it was just going to be kind of a regular filler when we first saw it, if we're being completely blatantly honest.
Yeah.
So I am so happy that we dove more and more into this, and we got further and further in. The more we played it, it makes it even more just, not more immersive, but it feels more just, it feels like there's more meat there the more you eat of it.
Yeah. You need a break or food or something.
I am hungry.
But yeah, it feels so layered.
It does.
Because we thought it was going to get to the table, have chess-like mechanics, and that'd be it. And it'd be with the rock, paper, scissors format. So as an explanation of what the game is like, the game itself is an abstract strategy where you have kind of an army of fists, hands, and scissors representing rock, paper, and scissors from Ro Sham Bo. And it creates this advantage system. So if you're attacking with rock, what normally beats rock, what normally beats paper and scissors, and so on, you have an advantage. So you get an extra dice and you get to roll for your battles, and that's how you do these quick little skirmishes. So there's that aspect, and there are different kinds of cards.
That's my favorite aspect. So every time you start, you roll die, and then you decide where, a drop of an artifact goes.
Well, based on the die roll. The die decide for you.
So once you get over there, you can get either a passive or a immediate action card. And some of them are really amazing. And what is both beautiful and horrible is you have to give one to your opponent, and you get to keep one. Or you can just trash them both. But
I'll take that one, Kitty. Gladly.
So you can choose, you can tailor your hand, but then again, you're giving your opponent something. So it has this, not deck builder, but hand crafting-ish.
Adjacent.
And you kind of can keep mental tally of what your opponent has, and there's so many layers of strategy that you don't really expect there to be there.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, it's just layered, and once you get into it, you'll find your own kind of strategies. Like Liz was saying, aggressively, just systematically would wipe out all of your rocks or all of your papers or whatever like that, and would whittle you down by attrition.
Hey, well, if I can get rid of at least one of your advantages, then I have a better advantage.
Okay, well, that's fair.
I mean, you're not wrong, yeah.
They also had, in the version we played, which was an early prototype, they had these flippable, what would you consider them? Action movement tiles that kind of commanded what your pieces did. We were lucky enough to speak with the creators, and we had a nice conversation with them, and that's something they actually nixed from the final product. So that kind of stripped away some of the unnecessary, like, frivolity of it.
Yeah, it made it less fiddly.
Yeah, so you have this streamlined
You can just laser focus.
Yeah, and it turns into that kind of meatier filler game that you're not expecting. Definitely not a fluffy or forgettable filler game. I mean, we went round after round because Liz would win, I would win, Kitty would win, I would win, Liz would win. And so it creates that kind of vicious...
It's like you want to do best out of 3, best out of 5, best out of...
27?
Exactly. I think we did close to that the very first time we did it. But, and the creator said something really awesome, is that they had a desire to create like an intimate experience. It was a game developed during the height of COVID, and they weren't able to see members of their family as much. The brothers who created the game weren't able to see each other as much. The game group wasn't, and it created this kind of intimate one-on-one experience, and that's something we as long-distance gamers experience too, right, Liz? Because Liz didn't have a copy.
Yeah, they were the only ones with the copy, and I was just looking through the computer screen telling them where to move my piece. But it was still the pieces. I think we should talk about those pieces for a bit after this.
I'm so excited.
But
there's so much.
The game was it was really unique, really close feeling. I felt more connected to you guys during that than some other games we've played recently. So I really like that. And then now we can talk about those pieces.
Yes, pop some pictures up here for sure. What, dancing now?
Yeah, I'm dancing on Ro Sham Bo.
But yes, the pieces. It is like a mold cast of the fist, of the hand doing kind of the paper motion, and of the hand doing the scissors motion. And it is just, they're so cool. And they have like boxing gloves on now in the newest iteration.
Which is amazing.
You said that they were kind of, I don't know how they'll be in the final production, but the component quality on them was really gummy, nice feel to them. Just, don't abuse them.
Would like to publicly shame me
I
really
would
quick?
like to publicly shame you. So, Brooksby may or may not have ruined of the features of the really nice feel.
I will tell the story because ruined is a harsh word.
I mean, what would you call fall off?
I created character for a couple of the pieces, right? I may have broken a few fingers on them. They were prototype versions, so they were like a polymer clay, so they weren't the final product at all. But
you made them battle weary.
The moral of this story, is that the minis are so addictive to play with.
They're very satisfying.
Because you want to rock. Like, you want to punch the other ones off the board, and the scissors, like poke chop the other players off the board. It's kind of like the chess game in Harry Potter.
Oh, that's what I was just thinking.
The chess pieces come to life and knock each other off the board, and everyone's like, oh my god, that would be the coolest version of chess. That's what this feels like. It feels like those pieces come to life and just backhanded the other piece off the board. It was great. And don't act like you didn't do the very same thing. You just didn't happen to break your finger when you did it.
And I just don't happen to have the same upper body strength.
Okay, then. So let's go back to the gameplay now.
You've been waiting for that, haven't you?
I think so. So I find it a really cool how it's a 6x6 grid. And so you kind of can put people in corners. But then there are some cards that they might have they're hanging on to that can transport them to the other side of the board. So you can be working to get them into the corner, and then poof, they are gone. So they might be trying to draw you in. Maybe they're hoping that you'll see your 2 scissors there and try to be bringing in their rocks, and then all of a sudden you could bring your paper over.
And that's perfect, because I just wanted to mention the cards before we forgot. That's the magic of the cards themselves. Like Kitty described them when we were first learning the game. It almost feels like an instant in Magic the Gathering. And so you play it, and
the world can change.
Exactly, yeah. You play it like a card that has flash or something, or a regular instant, and it can completely change the battlefield or turn the tide for you losing or winning.
And while we're thinking about the grid too, I also really like that there's the two separate sides. You've got the side that's like numbered out, etc., and then you have like a more thematic side with more artwork. So like I feel like, you know, it's a step up in, you know, maybe if you have somebody that's a total noob to games, you know, you can introduce them to the first side first, and then I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I like how there's a thematic twist to the other side, and you can have a basic if you really want a strategic game, versus if you want like an action-packed, it feel like a battle, you have the battlefield side. So,
yeah, I love that.
And I think they really have a lot of expandability options when it comes to boards, you know, depending on if expansions are even something they have in mind in the future. I feel like they can add so much to it. I mean,
yeah, boards, minis.
I'm desperate for a flipping of the bird mini.
Yeah, like read between the lines sort of thing.
I want it so bad. Could you imagine having that? I would use that as a first player token for pretty much
every game.
Yeah, for every game. So if you don't give it to me, Ro Sham Bo, I'm going to get one off of Etsy somewhere.
Okay.
The game plays quick, snappy, easy to learn.
Yeah.
So much fun. So.
And you only had to listen to me try to do my Cartman impersonation a few times, right? Oh, Rousey, I'm ready for it.
Oh, can we just... Maybe we should go on to the ratings now to shut Kitty up.
Right. Quick, before we do the ratings, you have no room to talk, Liz, because anyone who's ever heard your dolphin impression... Oh my gosh. No, it's not. It's a chihuahua being kicked. So, anyway. Yes, ratings. For me, it sits at a solid 8. I think
Same.
As I look at my abstract strategy games, which I have countless, I know for a fact I would pull it off the shelves when I'm in the mood for an abstract. I think it would be a great, for those days where we sit and we play lighter or filler games. That's that funny thing about it. It's not light and fluffy. It actually has substance to it. So I know I would make sure it's one in the rotation of an abstract day or something like that.
And what I love too when you mention abstract is for somebody that's not as into abstracts, like historically speaking, it has the other mechanics in it, so it's not just a pure abstract.
Exactly. So if we're having a battle day, so if we're playing a bunch of
like
war games or battle games or something like that, playing a couple head-to-heads maybe of Ro Sham Bo
fits right in.
It gets you warmed up, gets those aggressive juices flowing.
Yeah, exactly. I think it transcends the whole abstract field, because it's an abstract, but it's also so much more, which is why I rate it higher than both of you at an 8.5.
So indignant.
I know. It's like we've given her a bunch of shit before her Concordia rating.
Right? It's like we rated it a 1.
Well, you know what? If it's lower than me, it's not good enough. It's underrated for you guys.
I'll keep that in mind for all other reviews that we've done. So.
Of all time.
Well, if you guys rate it higher than me, then you guys are overrating it, clearly.
Got you.
Clearly.
Yes.
But yeah, I do really agree with you. I think that it has so much more meat to it than we were expecting. I was expecting to have either a basic abstract experience or a quick flash-in-the-pan battle experience. You know what I mean? But it has so much more to it, and it was way more fun than it should have been. So you can tell they put a lot of passion into it.
Yeah, so don't pass this by. Check their Kickstarter out.
Check it out right now.
Yeah.
And if you missed their Kickstarter, hopefully it's in retail distribution for you.
And the Pearly Pigeon is so cute. He's a little chubby pigeon.
Adorable.
Yes.
I want to adopt him.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us for another Fresh Thoughts.
And until next time, just remember to have fun.
Be present.
And be you. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us. We would love to hear from you. Also, if you find value in our content, please like, comment, or subscribe. Let a friend or family member know that we exist. Help us spread our channel and bring remote gaming to a table near you. Thank you very much, and have a great day.
You should have done it with scissor fingers.
Well, I couldn't see what you guys had done, so I was like, well, I could see that you guys were like doing something with your hands, but I'm like, what on earth are they doing? But yeah, be you.